Alright, my cat is sitting on my mouse, so I can't do anything. Give me a sec. Here we go. This is obviously the demo. Alright, let me hit that start button to quiet things down a bit so people can hear me. Alright. Hello, 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 and welcome back to Mecha Mondays. I am your pilot for this excursion, Fragath. And today we're going to be playing one of my favorite parts of one of my favorite games. The AEUG Double Zeta era arc in Gundam Battle Universe. I showed on my first test stream to see that this would actually work a few weeks ago. I showed off the Xeon arc. And now we're going to be doing the Double Zeta arc, the AEUG arc of 0088. My cat is upon me. So in the AEUG arc, things are a bit different. I also, for the Zeta Titans chapter, I went ahead and made all those A ranks into S's through some concentrated grinding. So for the Double Zeta arc as AEUG, AEUG in Double Zeta, basically if you had played AEUG before, you'd have the Nemo would already have stats in it. That is not the case, so we're graduating straight to the GM3, which actually has lower stats than the Nemo for reasons. I don't remember actually the tech history of the Nemo. I know it's kind of a passion project, kind of using leftovers or something. But the Gym 3 is where a lot of... It's the mass production model that the Federation was able to pump out towards the end. Although there isn't much Federation left at this point. There's still nominally a thing. Right now I'm going to put stats into my health and beam defense because I'm going to need it. Fortunately, these things have shields. That's good. This has missile pods as well. There's a more heavily armed GM3 which we're going to be using once we get it. So one of the tricks with this particular faction in this era is you do not get any cool stuff until late. The best cool stuff thing that I'm going to get is the Zaku head Zeta midway through, several missions in. I think we also get the Kettle, which is I think ground use only to start, and it's kind of dodgy. It has some flamethrowery things, and that's about all. And they're all very short range. It's not very good, but it's an option. Other than that, we get mostly mass production stuff. We do, I think, get the Zeta, though, and the Mark II, and the Hayukushiki, and those will tide us over. I don't think we get the Double Zeta proper until like 2/3 or 3/4 of the way through, if we're being thorough, and we don't get the full armor Double Zeta until like post-game, as it were, after we've beaten the arc. And we have to fight things like the Cubile, and that is not fun. We've got some toys, and in the end game, we'll have some decent stuff, but it's not going to be like the Dovin Wolf or the Gaymok, which straight up level us. I love the GM3's design, by the way. It's this slightly chunkier gym design. I like it. It fills me with happiness. So we've got a beam rifle. It's kind of crap. It still puts work in, and that's what counts. We've also got missile pods, which are a bit more of a highlight. Why did I let myself get hit by that? Wasn't so bad because I do have some beam defense. But even with all this, the basic stats of machines are improving. Oh, that's right. We have to deal with Yazan. Unfortunately, Yazan Gable has fallen rather far for inexplicable reasons. He's a pretty great character in Zeta, and then in Double Zeta, he just, well, isn't. He's just kind of hell-bent on vengeance. I didn't want to do that because now it's going to hit the, whatever, we'll take out that Gaza, whatever. Oh, he's going to go invulnerable, but only for a brief while. Ooh. Yeah, we've got decent tools available to us with the Gym 3, which is fine. Ugh. But the Gaza D is, I prefer over it. I feel that Axis, is it Axis or Neo Xeon? I think it's Axis. It's been a while. My brain is soft. But we have to deal with this thing, the Gallus J. With that guy. Mashima. However his name is pronounced. But we're going to fight him a lot, but not necessarily in the Gallus J. I'm going to tell my ally to shoot him a lot, and I'm going to shoot him a lot too, and we're going to take care of that problem before he can do anything to Judo in the Zeta. Which is... early Double Zeta is some of my favorite of Double Zeta, and Double Zeta is great. Double Zeta is a friggin' ride. It starts off as kind of this lighthearted comedic show where it's like, oh, haha, goofy stuff. And it's really jarring after the incredibly grim ending of Zeta. But then about halfway to 2/3 of the way through, that tone shifts, and it's dramatic when it does. It changes. It becomes a much darker series practically overnight. All the while trying to throw in, you know, some comedic elements, and then it's like, oh wow, this isn't actually all that funny. This is kind of horrifying, really. I haven't decided what I'm going to do for upgrading yet. Probably gonna poke straight into damage because I've got most of my core stats that I want dealt with, and now my cat is shifting his girth, so I have to accommodate him. He sees I'm using a controller, and he's like, but I want to sit on you. Fortunately, I can get away with it. I don't have to be sitting totally upright. Here. Is that better, Mr. Cat? There we go. The beam rifle is a pretty good option, but I'm probably going to put it into the missile pods because I like them. Nothing more complicated than that. Actually, I'm going to emphasize... Now I can't see over my cat's girth. He's a scrawny boy, but I see he has girth. So yeah, we're still... It's either that or we upgrade the Nemo. I'm going to just go for the Gym 3 for now. I do not believe we have... I don't think we get the S or the XS this arc. I'm 98% sure that that is extra missions. It has been some time since I played the game, though, so I may be wrong on that. Charge forth. Burst him down with Vulcans. But yeah, overall performance of mechs has improved substantially at this point. Xeon has their... Oh yeah, we have to defend this core fighter, which is just wonderful. As you can see, those missiles are now tracking very nicely now, which is good. And we have to deal with Glemmy Toto. He's wearing his Glemmy Rebellion colors when ordinarily he shouldn't by now, which is part of what confuses me. They just save money on the sprite. I'm okay with that. That's okay. So I think she got killed, and that's bad. Means we're going to get an A at best. I'm just going to kill this thing. It's Glemmy, no wonder. So that yellow aura indicates that he has been damaged enough so that he's got some sort of a buff going. Some pilots have different buffs than others. Go. Shoot him. There we go. When they're pink, they're totally invincible. When they're yellow, they usually have like a defensive or offensive buff or thrusters or whatever. We got Mashimre and his... oh my gosh, if I could go the right direction. There we go. Because my radar stat is kind of trash. In his Hamma, which I extol the virtues of. My Xeon stream. I'm probably going to wind up doing a stream dedicated to me just redoing that section. Not redoing, but completing, as in getting... We also have to kill that Endra. Oh, he just popped it alt on me, and that's bad. Fortunately, I can block it all. And shoot him. Aman Sama Banzai. Okay, for these last few guns on this thing, I'm gonna have to bump the damage up on this thing's weapon. Vulcan to death. And as I recall, the head Vulcans on the GM3 are somewhat stronger. That's probably only going to be an A because we let What's-Her-Face die. I am not going to worry about that for now. We've got the better Gym 3, I think. I hope. I believe it just has like... Yeah, it's got the missile pods, which are a bit better. It's like a slightly tweaked. And it has missiles instead of head Vulcans. It lacks a shield, though. This is the equivalent, or the Stark Jigen will wind up being the equivalent of this. I think this actually... No, the Stark Jigen is the one that shoots a nuke. We'll get there. We'll get there. And I'm going to switch to it. I'm going to switch my ally to it as well. I'm going to bump up our beam defense stat. Thank you very much. Beams. We are fighting a lot of beams. We are, again, though, fighting more enemies that use solid munitions. In Zeta, it's like all beams all the time, whereas here we're getting a combination of both, and we have to be kind of careful. So yeah, in headcanon, our characters, because you can choose every route you could go, you could switch factions every timeline if you wanted. So they could go from being staunch Federation supporters to being, excuse me, something caught in my throat, to being Xeon Remnants the next in 0083. Sugar. Because we don't have a shield, this is a little more complicated. Oh, we shoot a lot. So this is going to be our next best equivalent to a Zissa, which is this little guy over there. We are not as good at doing what the Zissa does as the Zissa, but we will get by. This is also, because of the way stuff arcs, getting up in its face means you can dodge it pretty frequently. There we go. That went fairly smoothly. Oh, we're not done yet. She'll die a lot. There's not much we can do about that. we get the Methus, we'll probably use that. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that carries over for AEUG. So doing the route I did where I went Titans to AEUG is kind of hard. You'd almost be better served going to Xeon. I'm gonna melee this dude, I don't like him much. Unfortunately, me blocking is kind of a non-starter. And we definitely can't let the Argama die, so we're gonna do whatever we have to. Yeah, peace out, dude. That's gonna be like a B. That's fine. I'm not gonna worry about that for now. I have gotten the Methus, which I think has a giant throwing weapon for its super. I'm probably gonna wind up switching myself over to the Methus. I want to say there's another GM3 with even bigger weapons attached, but I can't remember now. We'll get there. We'll get there. So the Methus has abysmal stats, but its arm beam gun is dope. Dope. It shooteth. It's also a transformer, variable mecha. So this thing shoots out a large, pretty substantial burst of projectiles. It's pretty decent. I'm trying to remember if I want to go with this first or what. No, I need to go with my core stats, because it also doesn't have a shield. And that's, you know, sort of huge. Yeah, I'll leave my ally on that so it gains stats passively. I forget if I just did... No, I didn't. Okay, we're moving along. I think this is the one where we wind up getting the Zeta if we do well enough. So it's an auto-firing beam weapon. Doesn't have a mountain of ammo. But the damage adds up. We also have a missile launcher. And they have substantial tracking. Everything has substantial tracking. Its radar stat is obviously garbage, though. And we can transform, which, again, advantageous. Actually, for this bit... Yeah, I chucked these things out, which do damage. And the doing a SP attack with my arm cannons basically makes me auto-target a bunch of things. There's a bunch of machine guns that do the same thing. So it's good to fill in... Ooh, and Kara soon started showing up. Yeah, you're gone, dude. She's a squealer. She's loud. It occurs to me that I never used the Jarja in my playthrough, but I have before. It's decent. It's kind of like DO in that it doesn't have many tools, but what it does have is solid. Oh, sugar. You also want to be facing towards the enemy so that both guns fire. I'm going to take care of this Endra here. There we go. That's going to be like a B, though, because I took a lot of hits. So this is where the game gets hard again. And it's not like Zeta wasn't incredibly tricky. Interestingly, the difficulty is going to plummet in some respects. Which is radar? Is it this one? Or is that Baransu? I think that's Baransu. is that the balancer? Sugar. I don't remember. So I need to look it up. 1 Minuten. Minuten. Radar range is the third one up. Radar something something. Hiki, I don't know. Alright. So I got my defensive stats up about as high as they're going to go. I am going to want to crank that up at some point, but before I do that, I need to boost. I believe it's this one is the projectile speed, and this one is the tracking. So I'm going to have... I may just actually wind up just going for pure damage to start and call it. Fortunately, the Methus works on the ground too, and that's good. It's atmospheric as well as space. Okay. I like the Methus's design. It's kind of goofy. I just ran right into that. There's also going to be a bit where we're going to have to fight a bunch of like old desert Zakus and stuff. It's not quite what I wanted to do there. Got them both with that, which was nice. So the Gallus J winds up getting mass-produced at this point. As you can see, I'm fighting a lot of them. Meshimer just had like an early release model or something. Okay, we are going for point B. Because that's how we've liked to do it in the past. So third one up is radar range. Okay. I'll worry about that later. So we are back at... actually, it might not be Jaburo. No, this is in Moon, I think. Which is... Some people have regaled as... or considered a terrible arc, but I think it's actually pretty... It's fine, because it's kind of emblematic. It's kind of a great microcosm of Double Zeta, is it starts off, you know, really lighthearted and goofy and strange, and then turns real grim. As you can see, the reload time on these arm beam guns is also pretty good. It's not spectacular, but it's pretty good. It's enough to get by. So the Methus, despite having, again, pretty abysmal stats, is quite capable of doing what it needs to do. Some guys at D over there. Fortunately, I don't think we have to defend anything here. It's just a matter of surviving in kind of tricky terrain. Guard Georgia. Oh, get out of here, Kara. Girl is crazy, I tell you. Cyber new types, am I right? Yes. Yes, Fragath, you are right. Cyber new types. Ah, don't you shoot me in the back. That's rude. I shouldn't even go for those melee attacks. They're really hazardous. gonna tell my ally to shoot that thing? I should have been doing that all along. Okay. So that's still gonna be like, oh, I'll take the S though. Not gonna complain. Give me something new. Okay, we got the Mark II and El Viano. Mark II is okay. It's unfortunately not the Mark II we were using, so it's completely unleveled. Which is not great, but it has better base and core stats. So I'm probably going to put my ally in it. Yeah. I don't remember what it has for a super attack. It might be a melee combo, which would not be ideal. Alright, we'll leave it at that for now. And then there's my upgrades to consider. And I'm gonna just bump points into my arm beam gun damage, and I'll worry about accuracy at a later date. I might wind up doing the same thing with the arm missile, though I think I need to upgrade its projectile speed to sweet. This one you can upgrade so that it's got, you can fire 3 in sequence, which is pretty good. Having 12 ammo might not be a bad idea either, as well as upgrading the reload time, which is this one now. And it's at a low level, but it increases and it reloads very quickly when you have it maxed. Reloads quickly now. All right, cat, you better hop up quick. Try to do stuff. You cannot afford to be complacent, my friend. Settle down. Get the butt down so I can do stuff. Thank you. There we go. Not even half my ammo, and it's just dead. Each one of those projectiles does do damage, which is why it's able to scythe through things as effectively as it is. Ugh. Unfortunately, you do lose all control while you do that, so it's a good idea to be in midair when you try and pop that, where it starts cycling between enemies. Sometimes I forget to do that. Okay, now we're going to go for that A point. Here I think we have to defend the kettle. And I think this is what'll get us the kettle, which I probably won't use. Oh, we have to defend the pyramid. It's all tied together. Got him. This is big arc of, ooh, we want to kill the Bawu. Let's take care of that. No. So this is already going really poorly. So it is a melee attack. That's bad. Because the pyramid's toast. Shit. Okay, so we're gonna have to do this over. Now we have to defend this thing too. Actually blocked that. I think I got a parry there. another strategy for success. Kara, soon stop. Because I misclicked, I wound up muffing that really badly. That might be a B. Okay, we're good, I guess. Not really. Shit. Because I do not want to be sitting with B ranks, because I need to be getting A ranks in order to actually get mobile suits. Sure. What I can also do is save up my SP so that I've got invulnerability mode, which will also be nice. I'm going to go for reload speed on my shooty gun. I'm going to redo some levels. Bye-bye, Fa. Not to worry, she'll be fine. And if it actually led targets, that'd be nice. Like that. And we have to protect Luca, Mocha, whatever her name is. Damn it! Ugh. So, we've already taken too much damage. Well, I saved Rue, and that counted for an A. I'm willing to leave it at an A for now. This is another one I need to, actually, I'm going to bump points out of that and bump them into missile accuracy. And I'll have to do the same for my beam gun accuracy. And I will check on you. You have, like, nothing I can upgrade. Not to my satisfaction, anyway. So yeah, physical armor is actually relevant here now, because you have stuff like the Zissa, and everything has like both a physical and a beam attack. Come on. What I might do is save up my SP so that I've got 2 full bars where it'll look orange instead of yellow. And with that, I'll be invincible. I'll have incredibly nice rapid fire. Ooh, wrong way. Anytime my ally wants to shoot at that would be a good time for me. I'm gonna just guard out of principle. And now I'm gonna go invulnerable. And that's gonna give me drastically increased reload time. It's gonna make my guns better. I just can't use SP attacks or anything. Got her. Is this a got me? I wasn't paying attention. I'm just gonna kill this thing, I don't care. I don't care about blowing up its bits. Okay, that went slightly better, I think. Got an A rank. Was slightly better. Okay, and I do want to go back through this and hopefully not ruin it again. What are we looking at there? Bump up its accuracy. Its projectile speed is already substantial and reasonable. I don't feel like it's necessary to... I just want better tracking. Oh! Ah! That's terrible. Again, because I have no shields. That's just straight damage. I don't have the ability to just negate hits. So everything counts against me. I make up for it with some pretty decent attack power. But not spectacular. There we go. That was exactly what I wanted to happen, but didn't actually expect. Ugh. It's been a long time, but we... this map features pretty heavily in the Federation campaign and Xeon campaigns. Usually is the entrance to Jaburo, so you play this map a lot. This one not so much. You do not play this map very much. You play it a couple times in the Double Zeta era. Ugh. I'm gonna tell my ally to shoot at that. I'm gonna meanwhile go for this Gaza D, which is absolutely shredding that pyramid. Glemmy, please. You can't run. I'll not have it. So Kettle has showed up. I think... I know we still have some more friends. Ugh. We're gonna melee this Gallus J to death. Like so. I'm going to tell our ally to please deploy a super attack on that thing as soon as humanly possible. It's making my life miserable. It's going to kill a pyramid. Thank you. Oh man, we might get through this with the pyramid intact. So that's going to count in our favor, as you can see. So ideally you don't let the pyramid take any damage. We got the kettle, which because most of the time we're in space, I'm not going to be able to use. So I feel much better about myself going back and at least getting up to A ranks. Because so much of what I'm doing, I have to be highly mobile. Going with accuracy is not a bad idea, so I can just tap fire. I may wind up doing the same thing for arm missiles, but for now I'm going to stick with what I've got. Actually, nope, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. Can I put points into that? I can, ever so slightly. How's my ally doing? Not great. Not great. That should be sufficient. The names have no particular meaning, just names that I put into games where I can put names in. Haman's telling people how it is, which is mostly surrender now, lay down your arms. Or I'm gonna kill the shit out of you. We're Neo Zeon and shit. No more Gallus J for you. Ugh, he survived. There's a Zissa somewhere. For what it's worth, we do not take sides. If it's Neo Zeon, we shoot it. So when the Glemmy Rebellion shows up, there isn't a separate faction for that. You just kind of just kill everyone. So you're like, well, they're clearly trying to oppress us, and now we don't like oppression. Come on. Target them. Okay, what the hell's going on? There we go. Oh, dodge those missiles by a hair. Alright, now we have to deal with Drysons, which are a bit of a chore. Please hit him. Oh gosh, that's really bad. Thank you. I think it's the spaceship that's hitting me, because there's the, this thing. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Oh god. Target the other thing, please. More Drysons to kill. Shoot, there's more. No, stop fucking targeting that. Okay, now we can target the Mindra, whatever it's called. And now the double Zeta shows up. Thanks for nothing. mass. I'm gonna tell my ally to shoot stuff. We're gonna shoot that space vessel down too. But first, we're gonna take down these. Maybe. We don't want the double Zeta to get hurt if we can avoid it. Love the spaceship designs too. They get all these pokey bits. They look really neat. Alright, there you are. Zagaza over by the Argama. That is not good. And now I have no idea where I am. Okay, so to get to the Argama, I've got to go and do this a lot. Let's shoot you. This is all about milking points. Ow. Zeta, double Zeta got killed somehow. Like an idiot. Thanks, Judo. So we're getting at best an A rank from this. Probably a B because we took too many hits. Wow, none of those are connecting? That's just upsetting to watch. Ugh. So that could have gone better. That mission, this mission just keeps on going too. Jeez, I might die. Wow. Tons of unnecessary damage. That's not what I wanted to do. God fucking damn it. This mission sucks. And I'm having the circulation in my arm cut off because of a cat. Okay. Oh, that's right. You can do that. You can upgrade stuff between missions. Oh, it still doesn't get it up to max reload speed? Are you feffing kidding? Gross. I think you can also change, yeah, you can change your mobile suit, but it doesn't really do you much good, in my opinion. I mean, unless the suit you're using is absolute garbage. Usually it's just better to replay. Okay, let's do this crap all over again. This time, maybe not get hit by every Zissa in the map. You know what? I'm about to kill this friggin' space vessel. I don't even care. Eat it. So Gallus Jays, like you've noticed, we're fighting a lot of. And they're pretty durable. They're substantial enemies. So Xeon has a lot of things that become their mainstay in this particular fight. Neo Xeon. And like all of them are good. Like whatever the mechanics firm that was doing the work for Neo Xeon was, they were just like bottomless pit of excellent ideas, or insane ideas depending on your perspective. So we need to kill the Streisand before it actually does something. Unfortunately, he dodges. I forget the pilot's name offhand. There we go. This is what I wanted. Go home, Space Noid. Oh wait, I'm AEUG, so I technically fight for Space Noid freedom or something. Whatever. Whatever. What are all these friggin' things doing? Stop it. I may have to bump up my targeting range because this is not working for me. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm in the wrong area right now. Aragum's doing okay right now. I'm in a bit more trouble. Thank you for connecting. I think now we can kill the Mindra. 1, 2, 3, 4. It will not be enough to kill it. Okay. Ah, please transform. Thank you. I'm tempted to blow up this vessel so that it can stop maybe killing Judo here, because I do need him alive. What this? So Haman is just being snide and snarky, and I don't really appreciate it. I don't want to charge straight at them like that. It's a bad plan. So here's Judo. Now, again, the problem as we saw before was, shoot, that hurt. That hurt. God damn it, Judo. Why can't you stay alive for more than like 10 seconds? Obnoxious. I may just, next run, if this winds up killing me, I'm going to just take that thing out as soon as it appears. Getting real tired of this. This mission just never ends. Boom. When those hit, they hurt. Now for the hard part. And we pressed the wrong button right off the bat, which is terrible. God damn it. Please stop. Please stop pressing the wrong button. There we go. I'm going to tell my ally to do a super attack again, even though she's invulnerable, which, of course, isn't going to work out well for me. Okay, so that's going to be a B. Because Judo died. I took a shit ton of damage, like a old type. This part of the game, like I've mentioned, is absolutely savage. It does not care about your feelings. I'm pretty confident that that's like projectile travel speed, and this is reload time. I'm being told that that's not the case, but I'm gonna go and bop that all the way to the top and see what that does. I'm gonna bop accuracy on these up. Actually, I'm gonna bop damage on those up, and then accuracy. Because I want things to hurt when they connect. So yeah, we're going to be stuck like this for a while. We're in a bit of a rut. I'm not going to worry about that last mission right now. It's just too much work. When I get the Zeta or the Zaku Head Zeta, I will deal with it at that point. I believe this is one... There is a mission somewhere along here where I have to do a crate pickup. And it blows. Or I have to defend this thing, which is even worse, because that's not going to work. I also keep forgetting to... I can't tell if the reload time is faster or slower there. I can't tell if the projectiles are faster or slower. Well, we'll find out. What is that down there? It is a enemy space launch, which may or may not have a mine on it. Strictly speaking, think I'm supposed to bleed kills before I kill that, but I don't care right now. There we go. 2 for the price of 1. Much easier to hit with that. But it does not do as much damage as the G3's Javelin Toss, which is hugely damaging. I'm doing okay. This is my natural environment. Ow! Yes, that is the AEUG model Gundam Mark II that Kara Soon is now piloting. She's a special girl. Don't do cyber new type drugs, kids. Seriously. We have a Gazalm, which we kill like it was nothing, which is nice. It's going to be like an A. It was an A. Hooray. Give me something useful for goodness sake. It's not going to be for a while, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, that's right. This is like 30 points I can allocate literally anywhere else. I'm going to crank that all the way down. I'm going to crank that all the way up. I know that's accuracy. I'm going to put that into damage, though. And we're going to see if that reloads faster or slower than it just did. Unfortunately, when I'm doing these, I'm kind of busy. I'm not really paying attention to those gauges, and the gun reloads quickly enough that it's kind of a non-problem most of the time. Yeah, it's slower. That's definitely slower, so I've been lied to. I was right. My gut was right. The translation I was looking at was dead wrong, and I sort of knew that. Unfortunately, because that missed, that was basically a total waste. This is one of the few mobile suits where it's almost certainly a better idea to go into invulnerability mode and just blast away. A later game in this series, Gundam Seed Battle Destiny, actually has some pretty cool mechanics. It's got, on pilot creation, you have 2 different types of, like, super mode you can enter instead of a super attack. One of them is very much like this. You're essentially invulnerable. You attack super fast. You just hemorrhage death out of every pore. It's great. The other one is slow-mo, which is so useful it's ridiculous. But once you pick one of those, you can never change it, as far as I'm aware. On that note. Sugar. At least she didn't use her super. Not that it would matter much. This is actually worse in some ways. That was an unnecessary hit. Whatever. We'll just kill this thing. There we go. It's going to be an A at best, because I took too much damage. It's a B. God damn it. But we got the Hayakushiki, which I'm probably not going to even touch, because it's not that good. It's not bad. I mean, could look at its stats. Its stats are okay, but actually, doesn't it get the giant Garobi, which is of dubious value? I'll switch my ally to it then. Fine. Um, it has weaker base stats than the Mark II. It has fewer guns, but I think it's got a giant. It pulls out its giant beam launcher thing, which has value? Question mark. What was I doing with this? Shoot, I don't remember. You kidding? So yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been mentally right the entire time, and my reflexes were correct. This is not reload time, this is projectile speed. This is reload time. I'm 80% sure that the translation I kept looking at was wrong, and I was looking at it only because I couldn't remember off the top of my head, and now I feel like a real ass. So, hooray me. So reload time, it's that one. That's what I thought. I don't really need a mountain of accuracy, so I'm going to pump into damage there and accuracy there, because that does help. SFS units, those little flying footpads, do not carry over, unfortunately, because they'd be a nice little added bit of armor. The Double Zeta, in Double Zeta, as AEUG, you get one, and it is ludicrous. It's basically this giant jet bike scaled up for a mobile suit that has a giant beam cannon on the front. It's fantastic. It's also nigh uncontrollable. So most of your time is going to be spent positioning yourself to actually hit something, but it's pretty cool. Ow. Oh, actually, I'm not hurt that bad. Yeah, as you can see, my reload time is pretty spectacular. There's that Bawu again. If that thing ever pops its super on me, I'm basically dead in one hit, because it fires off its one of its halves. I think it shoots the Bawu Nutter at you. Yes, it is called the Bawu Nutter. It is the bottom half, I believe. Does it shoot the top half? In any case, it explodes like a nuclear weapon, and it is, it's pretty much a kill. That's how you die. But he does not tend to do that. If I could stream Gundam Seed Battle Destiny, I would. I'm not a Seed fan. I'm not a Seed Destiny fan at all. But that game is friggin' rad. It has some great new ideas. It brings back a lot of the old feel from this game. It's just good. Okay, that's a bunch of Zizzes shooting a bunch of missiles. We don't want that. What we do want is those to connect. They kinda did. I meant to actually fire off the entire clip. I may wind up bumping up my max ammo count as well, because it's not what I wanted to do at all. So now I have to wait for that to charge up, and it's probably the last mistake I'm going to make. El Perpurica? Yes, it is. Yes, indeed. There it is. She has to actually get hit by it, though. And I have to follow it up. So I'm going to just guard for now until I can do that, which makes me invulnerable. She's dead. I don't think we're going to save her. Yes, in some ways, El Peopuru is in fact a comic relief character, and in many ways, that's not going to end well for her. Oh look, the Zeta Gundam died, so we're going to get, at best, an A. Thanks. Thanks, Judo. So much. Oh, we got a B again, even though we barely got hit. Great. Just great. I'm going to move along because this is just going to frustrate me to no end. I think I do. I can, if I boost the damage and accuracy on this, I believe that helps or tracking rather, not accuracy, it's tracking. That will actually help my super attack a bit, but I don't think it's enough to matter. I believe if you get right up in something's face and do it, all of them will hit, but unfortunately, things actually move in Double Zeta era, and you won't have the opportunity to ever do that. They just won't sit still long enough, ever. So that's why it keeps missing, is they just dodge. People just, the targets you want to use it on will just avoid you. They're good, they're smart, they're not dumb. Okay, they're pretty dumb, but they're capable, I should say. Shoot, I do not have quite enough. Well, I'll put it into accuracy or something then. Like there. Boom, done. Hakushiki, there we go. I'm gonna drink some more coffee. Okay, I think this is where we have the... No? Not sure which part of the game this is now. But an act guy is shooting at me and I don't appreciate it. Alright, so that thing's gonna die, because I can't defend anything anymore. Boom. I'm gonna tell my ally to do a Garobi or something. That was unnecessary. But yeah, in Gundam Seed Battle Destiny, your upgrade priorities are very different because of the limited ammo factor, which I have a love-hate relationship with. I'd prefer you have the unlimited ammo, but that's a Kapul. They're really cool. You may recognize a greener version from Turn A. If you've watched Turn A, you should. Turn A is great. It has periods where it drags like a really draggy thing, but it's pretty awesome. Okay, we're just gonna go invulnerable now and shoot them. There we go. That went fairly well. My ally I don't think got killed, so we got an S rank. That's pretty key. If you can keep your ally from dying, you're doing it right. Okay, here we go. Is that enough? Yes, it is. So I've got 12 shots in that. I've got as much reload speed as I can stand. I'm going to bump up the accuracy on that some. I'll probably just put a point into the other. The main reason... Now I'm kind of committed to using the Methus, and... Yes, there's a character named Rommel, and yes, they're in Africa, and yes, they're doing desert warfare. It's true. Universal Century Gundam is special, in the best way possible, and I mean that. So we fight a bunch of one-year war era mechs that have been sort of like up-tuned to actually function. It's not going to go well for them. These guys haven't realized that the war's been over for about a decade now. But we have the Desert Zaku, which has giant skis on its feet, which is really cool. And it's really, really annoying, and I'd really prefer it to stop. Thank you. And we fight Dwadges, which are DOMs. Ow! Okay, hell with this. I was gonna save that, but whatever. I'm invincible, I can take the hits now. I can just play like an idiot. And now we have this one, which is a fancier dwedge. It's the R dwedge. Ugh. Also has a beam bazooka. It's pretty great. I think that's the peasant dwedge. Oh, an S rank, I'll take it. Give me something worthwhile. No, it says no. We're with Alviano doing something nefarious. I don't actually remember what. Suppose it doesn't really matter. I could bump this up so that it has more ammo. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm not going to worry about the accuracy on that. It's connecting often enough that I'm content. The Blue Force, this is more people who've been upgunned. These guys are actual, like, resistance movement or something, or think they're a resistance movement. There is one that has, yeah, here's the blue one. I think this thing will shoot sand at things, which is not as cool as it sounds. But it's got one of those, which is really, really disruptive and obnoxious, and it eats my beam projectiles, which is very annoying. But it looks cool. And there's an Ewak Zack, and those are even more cool, if incredibly annoying. There's not much I can do about that one over there, other than tell my ally to use a super on it, which will go through walls. Ugh. Don't get hit by the net. Don't get hit by the net. I tried to do a super there, and it just did not come out. Thanks. My ally just shot at me. I don't appreciate it. Oof, he did not go down. Maybe I should have just unloaded. I'm probably going to start doing that because I need things to die, and they're not dying. And the reload time is short enough that I can afford it. There we go. We're going to go for the B route first. That's what we like to do. If that looks familiar, it's not. It's not what you think. Oh, so that's it shooting sand at me, and it's scary, but not very effective. In fact, I am going to go into super mode and unload on him. Boom. That should have rated me pretty well. Yeah, an S rank, I'll take it. And we get the Zeta, which we are probably going to switch to at this point because it's kinda good. It's the Zeta. It's sort of the pinnacle of its era, no big deal. More accuracy, and just pump that into projectile speed. And switch to the Zeta. That's what we're going to do. Zeta has good stats. It's got good everything. I think it also has the Wave Rider crash. IIRC. I'm going to give myself max health and then that. And we're probably going to wind up using the High Mega Launcher quite a lot. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to switch to now so I can pump points into it. Because we're going to be doing charged attacks with that. a lot of them. And now we're going to take the A route. I don't know that these are going to one-shot them, though, is the problem. Also got a lot of boost. He was at half health, so that doesn't count. Yes, okay, we can one-shot things now. We can really start moving along, which means we can do some of those earlier missions. So that green obnoxious crap is from the Ewax axe. It doesn't actually do much. It's just mostly very irritating. They can break lock on you, though. Your lock on them, rather. Which is indeed very annoying. I think you get the big beam saber slash. Yes, you do. And I believe you can do the Wave Rider crash. And I will try that later if you are in your Wave Rider mode. We'll worry about that later. Oh, he's got a shield that he is using to block me. I don't like that. And we're gonna get moving in the right direction here. So the Zeta. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got head Vulcans, which are kind of trash because they're head Vulcans. I've got shield missiles, which are, or grenades, whatever they are, which are okay because they exist. We've got an actual shield on our arm, which doesn't block things passively very well, but it does a wonderful job. Right now, Judo is finally putting in work for once, which is good. We've got a large amount of ammo for our beam rifle, which is also very nice, but mostly we're going to be doing that. Lots and lots of that. Ruruka. So they had a thing. It's complicated. Don't you shoot that at me! Where's the other Jason? There it is. Okay, so what I'm gonna do... There we go. Wave Rider crash. And if you're quick, you can cycle between enemies and kill them all. I am not quick. I took more damage there than is otherwise useful. That's okay. Yeah, there we go. If enemies are clustered together, you can hit a lot of them at once as well, which is nice. Oh, no, you don't. And when you go into the sand, your target lock is busted, which is very good for them, very annoying for me. Also eats beams, apparently, which I don't remember it doing in my past playthroughs. Probably because this is a very rare enemy that does that. Okay, that probably won't be an S. It is, so I'm happy. At this point, we're probably going to go back and try and get some of these B ranks up to A ranks, because we can actually do that now. But first, we're going to do that. Just going to bump its damage way up, so it'll be one-shotting everything but aces, which will be nice. I'm going to kind of ignore the projectile speed and accuracy for now. And yes, you can do 2 shots with this thing if you upgrade it all the way. Also, you can have 4 shots in the pipe, which is not as useful. It is not at all bad, I should say. Sorry, not as useful. The exact opposite of that is very useful. The allies, the AI will generally not do Wave Rider crashes unless they happen to be in Wave Rider mode and you tell them to do a super. It'll never happen. As you can see, we have a lot of boost. But mostly, we're just going to be killing these things well out of any range that they can do anything to me, which is much better. This will hopefully go smoother. I'm hoping from one of these we get the Zaku Head Zeta, because even though it has lower stats, I think it's much more fun. Come on. Where are these things? There they are. Can't even see them. That's how far away they are. Okay. I'm gonna snipe out its beam cannons. I don't think those are gonna reach. They aren't. So I'm gonna shoot grenades at it. Which are indeed enough to kill it. I'm gonna shoot some Drysons from way out. Ooh, he dodged that. He's dodging a lot of those. He got away. That's not good. Unless somebody shot him and killed him, it wasn't me. So, killing aces is also very important. I don't know why that guy didn't get hit. No, don't do that. Do that. Yes, I shot through my own vessel. It's okay. It ain't a big thing. And when other stuff shows up, I'm probably gonna do the Wave Rider Crash, 2 of them, because you can kill things pretty good with that. Okay. So first things first, kill me some of them. I'm going to shoot its machine guns. These are not connecting for some reason. Anytime. Because this is intended. Of course he dies. Of course. So now we have to do it all over again. God damn it, Judo. The AI is not exactly a rocket surgeon, as you've probably noticed. Oh, I don't want the beam rifle, I want that. Ha! You just tried to shoot at me, you giant space vessel. I won't have it. So head Vulcans, as you can see, are not especially useful against giant space vessels. But we'll do it anyway, because we're feeling spiteful. Or, you know, just get hit by one, no big deal. Stupid. Most of these are gonna hit. The ones that were missing before had me a little confused, because he was moving so fast. But it's okay. Killing most of these dudes, no problem. No problem. Indeed. And now she's dead. Moe Chaoyo, indeed. So that's going to be an A at best. Okay. I am perfectly okay with this. I will take an S rank. I don't believe I earned that, but because I'm pretty sure I let one of those dudes get away. Oh, that's right. Okay, I am still building gauge for my SP gauge, which is good because it's an important stat. I'm pretty sure that goes up to 99, doesn't it? Well, I'll find out. Okay, there we go. Defensive stats are boosted as much as they will feasibly go at this stage. I'm probably going to put points into accuracy and travel time, which will make that much more likely to hit, which is good. I may go back and do some of the A rank missions, but I mostly want to get these Bs out of B rank. I want to get them to. There we go. Need to get one kill to start the train rolling. Then we use our SP shots, which boost our damage substantially. Shoot. Oh, somehow I think I might have just barely clipped him. And I want to boost after I do that as well. I got Glemmy, very good. Mecha-Monday at this point has basically vanished from the plot. Unfortunately. I found him charming. But he comes back at the very end, and he is no longer the joke character. Sort of. Oops, somebody's trying to message me for some reason. That's their loss. Okay. I think I missed. Oh no. Nope, I got her. I gotta just keep slamming this thing until it's dead. Hopefully kill it before it kills Judo. I should have told my ally to super it. Whatever. Big old Beam Saber Slash, not that big a deal, but the Wave Rider Crash is the actual big deal there. Someone's shooting me more messages. I wonder who. I'm not gonna look to find out. Got an S rank, very good. I got Bicha Oleg, I think his name is. You know, I could have sworn one of these was where you got the Zaku Head Zeta, but I'll give these each one try, because we are not doing ideal for time right now. Boost that, boost projectile travel time. And I'll probably wind up doing the same to the grenades, because it shoots two at once, and that can be very handy. Don't think Beam Saber stats affect the Wave Rider. Okay, I'm gonna close this right now. They're beeping me too much. Oh, somebody messaging me things about Warframe. Okay, whatever. That's fine. I'm not gonna respond to those. Not right now, anyway. The Beam Saber stats will affect the new type infused Beam Saber slash biosensor Beam Saber slash whatever it is. I don't think it affects the Wave Rider Crash. I can put stats into it, but at this point, I think I'm just going to. Actually, you know what? Just in case, on the off chance, the Wave Rider Crash does a mountain of damage. Anyway. And although it can miss, if things just move slightly, and it'll just kind of whiz around them in a circle, and it's really frustrating. But it lasts long enough that it's pretty handy. We're probably going to use it as a multi-enemy killing attack pretty often, because it's pretty handy in that regard. Okay, so we're going to shoot that twice, whatever it is. And then we're going to just shoot that with charged attacks, that with a charged attack. Boom, move out of the way. So we want to keep her from dying. That's the real trick here. I didn't want to use SP there. That's fine. There's Glemmy. He does not, in fact, know that it is Ruluka in there. Ah, just shy. That's a shame. It's okay, we got him before you could do anything particularly murderous. The Hama Hama, on the other hand, we are going to attack sooner. No. Ah, thanks. So if I had been thinking, whatever. So that's going to be an A rank at best, no big deal. We'll just live with it. I'll take the S rank though. That's fine. That's fine. I won't complain. Here we go. Even though melee in this game is a really dodgy prospect. Alright. This should go a lot better this time. That won't go through that wall, unfortunately. So I have to wait for him to move. Or, you know, just bait him out. This is fine too. I'm gonna get away from there. And ideally, we don't let her die. The real tricky part is keeping the Hama Hama from killing everything, because it's good at that. It's the Hama Hama. So, to that end, they got destroyed right at the end, which is going to count against me, but I still got the S rank, so it's fine. There we go. From there, I mean, maybe put points into my head Vulcans, but those aren't that big a deal. At all. Beam rifle is also a really good option because you wind up defaulting to it very frequently. In fact, if I can, yeah, I can get up to 4 shots in a sequence. Yeah, let's do that. There we go, 4 and 20, and the rest can go into accuracy and damage, making it pretty substantial. And our ally is going to wind up shooting with that most frequently anyway. Moving right along. So Golemi's here somewhere. I'm taking hits like a goof. Oh, Golemi just ate that. He did not care. Don't run away. There you go. I just head Vulcan this thing to death. I don't even care. Would have preferred not to take that hit. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna dodge this stuff. He is now dead, along with his Zissa friend. Oh boy. No, please stop. There we go. I'm gonna tell my ally to take care of that problem. She's gonna use a super on me. My ally is a super as well, which is good. Okay, and I think we just destroy the spaceship, and we're good. If that doesn't get an S rank, I don't know what will. And I do not care about it. If I don't think I'll get it. I won't get a double S because I took a hit there. Okay, now I am confused. So if every time I open my mouth, it's going to do that. So we're going to move right along. Now I'm infuriated. I'm not sure what I had to keep from being killed there. Or there's another enemy kill opportunity that I'm not aware of off the top of my head. That's just fine. Whatever. Okay, let's do this one. Granada port, which I don't think even getting an S rank will give me anything for. You know, switch weapons, thank you. Just sniping these things from across the map. Keep it from killing the space launch. And just kill that thing to death. It's no big deal. That should also be an S rank, hooray. Okay, we're going to ignore that A rank for now and move along. Because we're doing pretty well. Gonna bump up the damage. I think that maxes it for now. Bump up the accuracy, and I'll worry about the projectile speed later. So we're gonna be stuck in the Zeta Gundam, I think, basically till the end. I think we get the regular double Zeta at some point in the near future, but I know we don't get the FA double Zeta, the full armor double Zeta, until after we beat the last mission with like an S rank or something. It's pretty rough. That's not what I wanted to do. And we have to keep that from dying, which is hard. We have to kill these, which is easy. Thought there was another one out there. There's another Bawu. These are the more mass-produced model Bawus. They're pretty good. They do their job well. Oh, shoot. Oh, I actually hit that thing. I was not expecting this. Right. Beam rifle is handily taking care of Gallus Jays. And now we just have to kill the Garuda. And to that end, we're just going to shoot a lot of projectiles at it until it's dead. That went reasonably well. We got an S rank for our efforts, which is nice. We had a Scowling 4 on our screen briefly, which was nice. Oh, there we go. Very nice. Sort of. Oh, is it really? Yeah, it is. It is just shy. There we go. Okay, so now we have a beam rifle that does 729 damage per shot, and shoots 4 in a chain and has 24 in a clip. It's kind of good. It is now a workhorse. It starts off good, it gets better, so... The soundtrack to this game is pretty killer too. Like, it's in my blood. And we get to see Zaku 3s now, which are great. Definitely my favorite Zaku. Okay, so we do not at all want to take one of those routes leaving until we've killed absolutely everything that shows up, which is what we've done now. And we're going to boost through to there, to B route. Always make sure you kill everything. I've left that mission early by accidentally standing in the wrong place, and it's pretty frustrating. This might be the mission we get the Zeta, double Zeta from. I'm not positive, though. He's behind that. So long as I'm one-shotting them with an SP attack, we're doing okay, because we're gaining back whatever energy we're expending to make that happen. Here he is. I'm just gonna end him with a Wave Rider crash. Oh, that little thing it shoots is really frustrating. And we want to kill everything before going into that yellow area. And we're good. That should have ranked pretty well. Oh, it's not over yet. So you want to keep that from dying. We want to kill that. Big thing, resistant to beams. Oh yeah, this will be easy, right? Well, for starters, I'm going to switch to my grenade launcher, and I'm going to tell my ally to put in work, please, and thank you. And I'm going to do this. And that didn't kill it, which is a little frightening. And we're just going to kill it again. Die. So real talk, which is the better Puru? Puru 1 or Puru 2? And anybody who says Puru 13, I'm disavowing, and I don't know you, because Unicorn never happened. That went well. So now we have to do A route. We got the pilot from B route. Hopefully we get a mecha from A route. Wow, that was a lot of points. I must not have spent at some point. In fact, with that said, yeah, I could just dump a couple points into not quite. Actually, not quite there. I'll leave it at 8 though. So that'll make my grenades better. I don't really need points in my other stats because they're really good. They're pretty good to start, my boost stats and whatnot, and they're not as relevant. The targeting radar is useful but not essential. There we go, we're good. So as I've mentioned before, and I keep repeating, keys to getting high ranks on these is kill absolutely everything you possibly can. It is the most important thing. After that, it's not taking hits. Or after that, it's making sure targets are surviving. And after that, it is not taking hits. Those three, if you want to get double S ranks, those three are things you have to do. I don't believe this game awards more points for melee kills. Some of the Macross games did, as well as combo attacks and hitting multiple times, because that was a mechanic. Though that was just an added bonus, but it was never necessary from what I remember. The combo thing. The melee, though, was a good way to just boost score. Oh, the Dwedge is way over there. Lots of buildings, so my strategy of doing this is not quite as easy or effective because I have buildings to shoot through. So we need to keep that from dying. It did get grazed there, but I think my shield took most of it, which is good. I'm gonna just kill that dude. I'm gonna tell my ally to do a super attack. Thank you very much. Okay, something is hitting the Audumla pretty hard. This, I think, is after the, or during the Dublin drop, where Haman Karn says, okay, people aren't capitulating to my whims immediately, so I'm going to drop a colony on your head. I'm going to kill Dublin so you get the friggin' point. Again, I forget that dude's name. August or something. Or Augie. I'm going to tell my ally to go and mess that thing up. This is another one where we want to make sure we get as many kills as we possibly can. Ooh. He just took that hit like a champ. I think he's dead. So with any luck, we will get something out of that. We didn't. That's just wonderful. Moving right along. We're gonna have the friggin' Zeta maxed out at this rate. Goodness gracious. Alright. Oh yeah, I might as well, right? Because I can afford it. Why not? I took, like, over 1,000 points in order to level up, which is an obnoxious amount, but for head Vulcans, which are not especially useful and I am never using, but hey, what can you do? This might be the one where you get the double Zeta. Or the Zaku head Zeta, I'm not sure. Yeah. As good guys, you always have mountains of defense objectives. The Titans had a couple, which were pretty annoying, but AEUG gets mountains of them. It's really frustrating. Fortunately, these are all still one-shotting enemies, which is good. Right now we're trying to prevent enemies from getting to La Vie en Rose. And Mashimre has just reappeared after like 20 or 30 episodes of not being present for the proceedings. Because one of the writers remembered he existed and was like, oh, right, that guy. And of course we get to see the Rigelgu, which is like the pinnacle of Gelgu technology. I'm going to tell my ally to kill that. Coming. Please? There we go. Alright, so now we can go for the Endra. I just have to get around this thing and then retarget it. I'm not going to spend SP like that if I can help it. Almost hit me. Boom. I don't think an enemy popped up elsewhere, so we should be okay. There we go. We get the double Zeta, which we are now probably going to be using all the way till the very end because it's kind of good, though the Wave Rider crash on the Zeta is also excellent. And competitive. It keeps up. There we go. That is basically the Zeta all set and done. Or near as darn it. Where are you? Where are you? And I don't think it requires a new type to use. So, important noteworthy aspects are the beam rifle, which is 661 per projectile. It shoots 2 at once. The cannon missile pod, which does a lot of things, and the high mega cannon, which is probably what we're going to be using as our one-shot kill gun. It has a Garobi, which is kind of mediocre, because you're stationary when you're doing it and you miss all the time. So this is probably what we're going to be using most. Yeah, that's, I think, about all. You can also transform for what that's worth. Read, not much, unfortunately. I will just show stuff off. So, missile pod shoots those things and that, which we will be using more or less like we did the Dovin Wolf in the Xeon thing. If you watched that, if you didn't, well, that's how that's going to be. It's going to hit pretty frequently. It's going to be kind of important. We're going to use it a lot. I missed or something. And it's basically just going to kill things with the high mega cannon right now. We're pretty fast for our size. We are fairly bulky, which is a concern, but we hit like a truck. And we're fairly speedy, and we're reasonably durable. We are basically the pinnacle of mobile suit technology right now. I'm going to tell my ally to do that, and I'm going to wait for that thing to land and hopefully connect. It is able to hit things that sometimes you otherwise wouldn't. Stop meleeing me, dude. Ow. Lordy. These guys are durable. They're also like piloted by aces or something, so that makes them harder. I'm probably going to get an A for taking too much damage. Yes. But that's okay. I'm willing to redo that one because we should be able to clear that minimal difficulty once I get that maxed out. In fact, I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to boost my defensive stats a bit. There we go. That should be okay. And I just have to remember to block. I do believe this has a shield, so you just can tank damage. Boom! One dead Gazaum. Ow. Didn't want to get hit by that. As you can see, even aces are getting killed in one shot. That's going to be pretty common. I don't believe that goes through walls, so I'm not going to even try it. Meanwhile, I am going to slam that guy with a Garobi, because I don't like him. That hurt. I'm going to tell my ally to just focus on this dude. I don't even remember who these pilots are. I know they featured briefly. Ow. Ah, okay, so that's going to be an A again because I kept taking damage that I didn't need to. I'll take the S. The NS rank is fine. Okay. There we go. Bump up our resistances. That basically gets us set and ready to just boost the... In fact, I'm tempted to... No, it's not going to make as much headway and progress as I'd like. That should be fine, because that'll increase the speed at which the projectile moves. So we'll just keep on trucking away. The Illusion of Tiger Balm. We're approaching the end of this arc, where some really silly stuff happens. So these are all mobile suits from a museum. They're all aquatic mobile suits because aquatic mobile suits are cool. Haman winds up being in one of them. I think Judo winds up being in one of them. It's a silly time all around. It's pretty great. Ugh. Yeah, block that because I have a shield and I can do these things. Sniping enemies from across the map, no big deal, without even using SP attacks, which are traditionally more accurate. Ooh, there we go. And we'll do that. Please hit her. There we go. Kill that Regelgu again. I forget who's piloting that. It's been a while since I watched Double Zeta. She good? No, we're good. We're good. Liberal application of high mega cannons is usually the secret to success for any situation you find yourself in daily life. I am tempted to retry that one out of a certain amount of baseline spite. There we go. Okay, so now it becomes all about getting these other weapons up to par. The beam rifle is what it's going to default me to a lot, but this thing is a very useful secondary weapon. So I'm hesitant to actually improve the beam rifle first. Actually, no, I do want the accuracy on there. For the missiles in particular, they will group up better. Though improving the beam rifle is probably the better way to go on that. The accuracy first, because it does hit very hard for an early game weapon. Okay, so now... There we go, he's handled. 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 Dealt with. Very good. I'm gonna take care of the Arjarja here. She's gonna try and attack me. It's not going to work because of that. I think that's all she wrote, really. So I'm gonna take care of that and hope that I got an S. I didn't, so there is some sort of a scoring opportunity I'm missing there, and I'm not sure what it is. I didn't get hit. I need to see what the name of this mission is, because I don't remember it. Okay. What's the name of this mission? Start of ZZ. So I'm gonna look up and see what the what opportunities I'm missing here. Just gonna pause the game real quick. Start of ZZ. Control F. Start of. Here we go. Mission clock, time bonus, and HP bonus. I'm gonna check the forum real quick. No, I cannot find anything for that. So we're not going to worry about it. I'm just not sure what I'm missing. I'll try and, gosh, I don't know. There we go. Take that out, take that out. He's dead. Just a smidge too slow. And I got hit, which doesn't help. I guess I just needed to get extra time in. I don't know. Have to do it quickly. There's the Zeta Head Zaku. I'm going to show this thing off. This thing's adorable. It is not going to compete, unfortunately. So I'm going to leave my ally in what it's in. My pilot friend. But I will go into... So, as you can see, its stats are pretty bad. But it does have an HM launcher, which is not quite as damaging. I forget what its super attack is. I think it might be a melee combo, or a... Oh, I think it throws the beam rifle. It's something like that. But I will show this off. I don't think it can transform, because it's got a Zaku head, so it doesn't go into the body properly. Okay. But otherwise, it is a good intermediary until you get the Zeta. Unfortunately, I could not get a high enough speed clear in order to get it, which is a shame. Oh, there's a Gazar and Gaz-L. These guys are like Haman's guards. It's a Garobi. It's a stationary Garobi. And we have to deal with the Gay Malk, which is my girl. So me picking this right now was a pretty terrible plan. But hey, I get shield missiles, which is nice. I tell my ally to please kindly make that not live. Thank you. That went well. Unfortunately, I have to deal with this, which is a far greater threat. There we go. Rejoice. Get an S from that. It's a miracle. Got judo from that, which I thought you didn't get until after you beat the other, but apparently not. That's fine. I'm going to move back to the double Zeta now because I do actually want to beat this. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's an option. You have it. I didn't actually try transforming, but I'm confident that you cannot do it, which is fine. I'll beef up the damage on that thing. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to increase the stats on the beam rifle just so it is more of a monster. So that when I have to quickly shoot at something, I am able to do it. Okay, but to start, we'll do pretty much what we've been doing. One of the advantages that Double Zeta has over other units that have these big Garobis is that it is not a sub-weapon. So you can actually use SP to charge it and make it hit hard. Whereas if it's a sub-weapon, you do not have that opportunity. And now we have Dovin Wolves that we have to worry about, which are damn near the absolute tippy-top pinnacle of mobile suit technology for the era. The Qubile is basically as high as you go as far as in-era technology. Though the Gaemulk is kind of that taken to an extreme. So occasionally we'll see Gaza Ds, but mostly we're fighting all kinds of really nasty things that hurt. So we'll go the B route again because that's how we do. Notice the size of my beam saber. We are not overcompensating for anything. Big chunky boy. Alright, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to find enemies and we're going to make them not be. We are going to shoot these through that because that's how we do. That's a lot of them. Ooh, missed. Interesting. I'm gonna have my ally kill that. Maybe I'm not. So Glemmy shows up because he's Glemmy. A bunch of Dovin Wolves have showed up because we don't like them, and they know that they scare me. There's some Drysons floating around here behind me, which go down without any fuss. Unfortunately, I now have to find out where... And my ally is caught in Levion Rose, of course. I have to remember to boost after every attack, because otherwise I could be in trouble. I'm gonna blast these guns. Reload time is abysmal, as you can see. I'm just gonna go into vulnerability mode and blast this thing to pieces. That's how that's done. She's not happy about that. We don't care. We'll do that one over again so we get the A route. Because we have so many points to work with. Jeez Louise. I'm going to actually bop up the reload speed on the high mega cannon. And the accuracy on that. That's very nice. That works out handily. More coffee. The dregs. Oh no. I'm gonna tell my ally to kill that. Taking a few hits that I'd rather not take. I saw the strings of an incom. There they are, those two little things that the beam just highlighted there. Because it is incom equipped. One of the very few mechs in the Universal Century that is. Incom technology never really manages to take off. I'm not totally sure why that was. There should have been incoms all over the place by the time. It's one of the things I dislike about Unicorn is it's just like incoms never show up. And those were becoming kind of a big deal. Okay, so we're heading for A, not B. There we go. Ooh. Decided to shoot off angle for some reason. Took a little scratch there, that's not a big deal. Mecha-Monday shows up, we're gonna hopefully hit him. There we go, problem dealt with. Love it. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I think this should be the last one, isn't it? Maybe there's one right after this. There we go. And other than boosting our melee, which doesn't serve much of a purpose, because we're going to be actively avoiding melee combat, we're basically more or less all set. And I forget who's talking there. Get your incoms out of my face, dude. There we go. Because the high mega cannon is head mounted, it's actually got some serious advantages in that you don't have to turn the whole body to target, but occasionally it'll fire off angle because the body will turn and then the head has to catch up. But that is very rare. Usually it is the other way around. Okay, because I have made mistakes, I should have focused one down. Okay, Game Malk is back. Love that thing. If she does a super attack at me, I'm in deep trouble. Not sure what they're throwing at me here. I think I don't know, it's just Mecha-Monday. Just Mecha-Monday. He did. Ain't no big thing. There we go, we've gotten promoted. Probably like I don't actually remember the ranking icons. It doesn't really matter. There we go, and now, yeah. I've got my durability stats just about done here. And we've conveniently got S ranks for everything, which is nice. Okay, where are these enemies? The Double Zeta Gundam is just taking hits. The Judo, that is. Oop, I'm headed the wrong way. Alright, many. It's Glemmy. I'm gonna interrupt his speech. I'm gonna tell my ally to make it not live. Ooh, not quite enough. If he just did his ult, I'm in trouble. We're okay. It didn't hit me. We're fine. I don't know how he is still alive. Okay. So, because this is the Queen Mansa, and it has an eye field. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow, ow. That's not good. Trying to tell my ally to maybe shoot it. Okay. There we go. We're fine. That's bad. It's real bad. Oosh. So it's gonna score pretty poorly because... Oh, but we have these Mass Pro Cublies to worry about. I forgot about them. Oof. That could have gone better. That one's tough. I suppose I could have used Head Vulcans on it. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the Zeta so I can Wave Rider crash it to death, which will be much easier. Ooh, that's Gilemi giving his We're no separatists from Haman Karn's speech. I don't remember his reasons exactly offhand. They're kind of moot and they don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so he's gonna run away. He's gonna bring that thing out. I'm gonna boost real close. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna kill those real quick. There's another one. Where is it? There we go. That should do me a bit better. I'll take an A. That's right, I had all my weapons maxed. I knew that. I'm gonna switch back to the double Zeta. So that's going to be a lot easier for what we have to do here, which is worry about Haman for starters. So that's not good. Well, he didn't kill the Argama, so it's okay. Alright, so we're gonna go for the B route. Oh shoot, enemies spawned in. So we didn't want to do that. That means we're gonna get an A at best. Shoot. Okay. So the one thing we don't want happening is her using her super, because that will kill whatever she targets without questions. Okay. So with any luck, okay, so that's what I was talking about. That'll happen. I'm gonna back out because I missed a bunch of enemies right at the beginning there, and I don't want that to be the case. With that said, again, we're about as ready as we're reliably going to be. There's a plane taking off somewhere nearby. I think we actually killed things too quickly there. Banzai. Okay, so now we take a sec and we wait for these enemies to show back up. There they are. There's a few more. I believe that's it. Oops. It doesn't expect you to kill things quite as quickly as I wound up doing. There we go, that went smoothly. Blow up the palace. Boost over to wherever this is. Then we have the final fight between Judo and Haman, which can go very poorly if she goes and uses her all-range funnel attack, which will end you and everything else. It is absurdly strong. That's not what I wanted to target. What you doing, Haman? What you doing? We don't want Judo to take much more damage than he's taken. In fact, we don't want him to take any more damage than he's taken, if we can possibly avoid it. Come on. Uh-oh. That's bad. Got her. Very good. And that's that. And I got an S rank for my efforts. And that basically does it. I'm going to do the follow-up. So this is basically saying, hey, you know, fights happened. It was violent. It's going to give me the choice, and I'm going to pick EFSF as opposed to Neo Xeon. And for that, I don't remember who I have picked up until now, so I'm going to pick her. This is the Char's counterattack era, which is 0093? 0093, yeah. I'm trying to skip this and it's not letting me do it. 0088 stuff, you can use SFSs, you can use the double Zeta, you can use the Cubely Mark II, which is very strong. And then you get the GM3, I believe, for starters, for the, my gosh, my brain. So I believe this, nope, this is indeed the Phaz. Well, the full armor is double Zeta, which is different than the Phaz. So disadvantages here are that I have to start leveling it back up from scratch, but it shoots more projectiles with the high mega cannon. So the high mega cannon is even more ludicrous. This is generally regarded as a good thing. So we're basically going to play it the same way. So, bunch of extra beam shots. You only get one shot to start, which is frustrating. And it doesn't hit quite as hard. Just have to remember to pick Route A. Your Actually, I do want to grab this. The super attack that you use now shoots missiles out as well, so it's even better. Okay, I'm actually going to jump off of this thing because it's dangerous. And I think that's it. So now we go... Oh no, that's right, you can't transform either. Which is also a disadvantage. I don't think you have a shield. There are disadvantages to the full armor double Zeta, but there aren't many of them. So you shoot many missiles out, which make you very dangerous, and here I am attempting to block and failing. What I'm actually going to do is I am going to go to high mega cannon. I'm going to reduce the health. I'm going to increase the accuracy, or the damage. I'm going to increase the accuracy so that the beams on it converge. No, I didn't want to do that. Actually, wait, this is, I think, taking it from the top, so this is, I think, what I did want to do. Yeah, okay, good. Also, your beam rifle shoots out missiles too now, like the Gay-Malk. So basically, the full armor double Zeta puts you on a par with the Gay-Malk, except it doesn't have funnels, which is a disadvantage. But lots of physical munitions, because eye fields have become fairly commonplace, relatively speaking. Well, anytime enemies want to show up is a good time for me. There we go. Don't want to get hit by that, by the way. It would be bad. Alright, so now I missed. There we go. Alright, going for Route A, and this time not getting killed. Not getting killed to death this time. The hard part. After that, I'll do one try of that one mission I got an A rank on. So she's probably going to do her super. She did. Most of it missed. That's good. I took a hit there that I didn't need to. But it's okay. took a little longer to get there than I would have liked, but it's fine. Now for the really hard part. I'm gonna keep telling my ally to please kindly make that thing die. Didn't get a good hit on her, which is not great. So instead, we have to worry very much. Haman, as you can hear, is probably not all that thrilled by the current turn of events. Okay, so she focused down Judo. She's focusing me down. You can dodge some of those by juking a lot, but I am not having a good time of it. That's not great. So that's going to be like an A rank because everybody died. Or a B, that's fine. God damn. And I also want to boost my spray missiles, because those are pretty handy as a, but so is everything else. Actually, shit. Yeah, I've got one chance at this, and then I gotta scoot. That's not what I wanted to shoot at. So you can see the beams converging there. So it's does less outright damage than the regular Zeta, double Zetas. Okay, so now for the really hard part. It's coming right for me. I don't like that. That's even worse. I can't switch my weapon for some reason, and I'm not happy about it. Where's the other one? Come on. There we go. She is not taking no for an answer. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, well, I'm not overly surprised by that particular turn of events. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the Zeta and give that one more college try. Because that's more or less what I need to do. Wave Rider Crash will take 2 hits to kill her, but provided I have the energy to make that happen, which I should from all the kills I'm going to get. And I'm going to play it kind of safe and cautious. Oh, that's right, it's about Minerva Zabi. I had forgotten about that aspect. Okay. So I am just Ferglemy. Gonna dodge him a lot. And once he takes one more good-sized hit, that should do it. There we go. I'm going to shoot these off so that it starts reloading. And now I prepare for war. That missed. Oh god. Okay, so for this I want to block. And I want to... No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Shit. So, that was my shot, and I blew it. Need my ally to do something relevant now. Shit. There goes any hope for an S, because I took way too much damage. So, this is what I mean about stuff dodging you, apropos of very little. It's very frustrating. Yeah, okay, well, I'll deal with that later. I'm not going to deal with it now. Okay, thanks for tuning in. That's going to have to do it for me. And to show off what you have here, stats carryover. But you have nothing else. You get the Jigen shortly after the first mission. They wind up dragging out Char's counterattack quite a bit longer than you'd expect. You'd expect it to be like 5 missions, but it winds up being like 3 times that. But at the end of it, you get a new Gundam. It's not just for show. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in, and see you later. I do have a Warframe Wednesday stream coming up on Wednesday and a Storytime Saturday stream coming up on Saturday. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great week.